All right, we're going to do a little playtest session with Gro-a-Tog. This is a deck that I think many people have come to see me play and identify as my deck. Going to try some misdirections, going to try some Mystic Enforcers for these black-green decks. The rest is a lot of stuff that you've seen in some numbers, just trying out 3 Psychotogs, trying out trimming a Dryad. You don't always need a Dryad. You can have it come later in the game. Daze is back in. Daze has felt good again. Helps sort of tie the deck together. You're weighting the curve down with these 3s. Helps to have these Dazes. Play 3s more aggressively. Much better on the play than on the draw. So, is what it is. Get in Winter Orb Split for the mana control. Try out some Misdirection. Move the Peculius to the sideboard. And then maybe, just maybe against Burn, you can play like these and this. Maybe even this. Instead of Chill, Red Blast, like whatever. And just try to counter as much burn as possible. Trade as much of your value for burn as possible. Plowshares your own Psychotog for life. Hopefully find a way through. Burn's never going to be an easy matchup, but you don't see a lot of burn these days. Otherwise, you're pretty well equipped for like a lot of the rest of the metagame. So, kind of a cool list. And yeah, let's jump into some games. All right, out here in the casual streets. Not my favorite hand, but still keep it. All right, I should add a Cephalid Coliseum to Dreadnought. Duh. Hopefully my opponent is not going to pressure my life total this game. Yeah, I might need 2 sorts of Plowshares. It's unlikely to play the Psychotog on turn 3, 4, or 5. Maybe Counterspell. Therapy named Counterspell. Gonna draw sorts of Plowshares. So if their next play is like a creature, it's pretty bad for me. I am now interested in drawing Psychotog against the black deck, because Psychotog is one of the only ways to have my battlefield back. Oh, this is more the rock style situation, huh? Like to see a Mox Diamond here. Okay. Oh, the plains. No, the plains actually doesn't matter. Guess we could cast Psychotog this turn. I think I'm just going to Daze the potential Pernicious Deed. If it's Wall of Blossoms, it's a little bit harder to navigate, but instead it is Pernicious Deed. Kind of an interesting spot here. I could pass. They know about the Armageddon. Feels like I'm getting a lot of Armageddon value. And then, but the only thing is I'll have Psychotog 2 turns from now. They can flashback the Cabal Therapy. I won't get my Cephalid Coliseum value, which is sad. Would be interesting if I prioritized that, but I think this is just too good of an Armageddon. Even if it's like not a great Armageddon, it's just going to get therapied away. So sleight of hand for an opt. These were AKs. AK is a lot better against the rock. Blossoms. Priced into plowing this, unfortunately. Dryad, they know about Psychotog. It's not my best anti-rock Gro-a-Tog build, but might be good enough anyways. Passing here, huh? 6, 12, 13. Could have waited on the Dryad until they had a creature so that I could use the Misdirection. Pernicious Deed, pretty strong. Baloth, not as much. Don't need additional Togs from this spot. Obviously, I'll take a Daze if I draw it. I want a Winter Orb too. Thought I just bottomed you. 7, 10. Let's get some value. Don't have to get crazy value. Just need to, I don't know, play around Haunting Echoes. Living Wish. Could go for the Bone Shredder, but that's just about all. Dust Bowl. Recur. Aren't you just dead? 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be enough. Plus 6. Got him. All right. Pretty good matchup for Mystic Enforcer, and not the best matchup for Call the Herd, but can live with it. Kind of a fine matchup for Meddling Mage, and a fine matchup for Annul. Guess I won't bother with Ray of Revelation. Counterspell is kind of good for Deranged Hermit, but nothing else. Well, it's good for Recurring Nightmare too. Take out one Mox Diamond because of Pernicious Deed. Well, I guess I'm adding Mystic Enforcer, huh? Still gonna trim that because it's so iffy to have that much card disadvantage against the grindy deck. Think I should be able to battle against Living Wish Rock here. Yeah, I mean it's a good hand. It's got Winter Orb. Dress is better than Cabal Therapy. Plenty of stuff to choose from here. It's the Winter Orb. Definitely a hard card for them to deal with. Because I have to hold Counterspell into their turn 3. Because they don't have to hold the Counterspell until their turn 3. Guess sometimes I get a Plains. These are all good cards. Tog. Draw the island. Draw the Tog. Consider getting rid of the Tsabo's Web. Dress again. Well, take the Tsabo's Web. They could put down Pernicious Deed. They can Call the Herd. It's pretty good value if you ask me. They're not afraid of the Mystic Enforcer. At least not yet. I am doing enough right now that I am not going to just run out of Tsabo's Web. I think it's okay to have a Psychotog in play. Just kind of control the battlefield for a little bit. Just going to therapy the Mystic Enforcer now. I don't mind my spot. I'm like pretty ahead. I can just put an Elephant token into play. Take the Counterspell. Have to kind of counter Deeds and Baloth. Dresses. I guess I should counter this Cabal Therapy because they know about the Tsabo's Web, so they just name the web. Counterspell saves the web. Let's see if my Call the Herd is any good. A Wall of Blossoms could prove to be a problem. If it's just a Baloth, then I don't mind. Nothing like drawing a Gush here for the Armageddon. Another Call the Herd. Another Call the Herd's pretty good. Portent Shuffle. And pass. Nice. A little Annul means that I can Call the Herd with the most important protection next turn, but obviously I can get bamboozled by Pernicious Deed with the removal spell, but can't cover all the angles. Now there's nothing I want to counter, so they're just holding back the swamp. Pretty sure there's nothing I would counter. I mean, I guess I kind of want to counter a Wall of Blossoms. Actually, I don't have to counter a Wall of Blossom, so if I draw Plowshares, then I'll cast it. They're holding the swamp, huh? Now I don't feel like over-committing the Call the Herd. Guess I'm priced into countering this Cabal Therapy. But it does protect my Annul, which is why I did it. Ooh. Oh, it's just a Blastoderm? That's fine. Oh, 2 Annuls. Come on. Guess I'm not going to play Meddling Mage, because the only thing I would name is Pernicious Deed, and I have the Annul up. Living Wish. Could get the Bone Shredder here. Kind of annoying. I have to take 5. Flashback Call the Herd. Take 5 again. Withered Wretch. Goes for the Withered Wretch. That is not a problem. That's just trading with the Call the Herd here. I don't even know what I name with Meddling Mage, though, because I have whatever covered. Cast 2 Cabal Therapies, all this stuff. Living Wish. I don't want to really plow this Withered Wretch, even though I like having a graveyard. because it just doesn't matter after this blaster and fades away. Like having something on the table. I think I'm just going to Meddling Mage, naming Pernicious Deed. Stick the Annul. Going to hard cast this Gush, I think. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm just going to draw Armageddon. Kind of shut things down. Grapeborn Muse resolves. Be funny to just let me kill this guy, but I'll just plow it. Okay, scoops to the Gush. All I needed was the Gush. Oh yeah, I mean, Mystic Enforcer would have done it. All right, Samurai Fun. See what you got. I've got the Dryad. No Daze. No Daze. Mary's Guile. Okay. I have a lot of sorts of Plowshares. Tend not to be good against decks that have Mary's Guile. Ray of Revelation and Armageddon. Both are really excellent against Mary's Guile. And yeah, we are just going to do the rare value Ray of Revelation. Or not so value, but just actually respect this card enough to disenchant it. You know, nobly doing so like in a position that helps me do a damage, maybe slow their development in case they were really dependent on that for things to do good things for them. That was a good top deck. Got to keep it going. Kind of still needed the Armageddon, but maybe we'll find Counterspell. We have a 6/6 Dryad attacking on turn 3, and then we have Counterspell op Daze, so not bad. So this should lock it up, right? I'm going to attack for 6, counter their next thing, and then attacking for 6 again should be fine. I could just cycle a Decree of Justice, which wouldn't matter. We're going to kill on turn 5. Bolt Face. Okay. Am I going to get Erratic Explosion? All right, Mary's Guile, Rampant Growth, Lightning Bolt. It's an interesting one. Probably Domain. I don't know. Maybe play more threats. Showed Lightning Bolt. Kind of makes a few cards look less good. I don't know. These decks sometimes have Pernicious Deed. Need to know more about what my opponent's doing. Man, I thought I cut a Dryad so I wouldn't have double Dryad hands. Xanad Swarm. Okay. So it's just whatever. So Plowshares it now. It doesn't really make a difference if I do it now in combat. I guess it would have informed their Mirror's Guile. What is this? Lightning Bolt, Rampant Growth, Mirror's Guile, Xanad Swarm. Oh, phone call. All right, let's see how good Mystic Enforcer can be. Might just gain 6 life here. Hard to say. This is a domain deck. Domain deck with Xandit Swarm. Why are they so excited to cast? Collective Restraint is the answer. I think I'm going to win this, but can't be sure. Lightning Bolt was pretty interesting out of their deck, at least. I have a nice clean 3-attack Mystic Enforcer. It's got protection from black even. Another Collective Restraint? Alright, I'm just going to play pay 3. You got me. Collective Restraint, of course, an excellent card against everything except for Mystic Enforcer and Gro-a-Tog. They're sending the bolt's face. I don't know. I don't know. You should stockpile until you have 2 bolts. Is this Draco Explosion that can hardcast Draco? Wait a second. Draco Explosion that sometimes hardcasts Draco? Yes. I don't have any misdirections right now. So I have no outs. All right. Well, these are good. This is still good. Well, that's why Xandit Swarm. Daze is kind of good. Miri's Kyle, so that you never draw Draco, is actually the sauce. Okay. I can also stay above whatever life. I can just source the Plowshares as my own thing. Yeah, that's a funny one. Erratic Explosion. Can I misdirect Erratic Explosion? It's like kind of like a weird, weirdly templated card. Choose any target. Yeah, I think the new Erratic Explosion is templated so that you just choose after you see what the mana cost is. It's kind of interesting. I guess I don't like, I mean, they might stick the Xandit Swarm, in which case I wouldn't want to like be stuck with all these cards that don't beat Xandit Swarm. Might be okay though. All right, we don't have to be Daze gamers. They have Rampant Growth in their deck, obviously, after all. Just give them Meddling Mage, naming Lightning Bolt. Something like that. Well, that doesn't do it. That does, though. What is this hand? More scared of Xandit Swarm or Collective Restraint? I'm gonna build this as soon as we're done here. No turn 1 Xandit Swarm this time. No turn 1 Miri's Guile this time. So it's like domain control, and then you can like bust them. Guess I should have waited to see what I draw. Well, I want both the Gush and the Mox Diamond, so rare L for sleight of hand. Defense Crit's interesting. It makes it so you can't end step me with the lightning bolts. This is an enticing Armageddon, huh? Obviously have to have the source though. Okay, just gonna play islands. I could have held that one, but felt like playing it. Guess holding it is good if I draw a Mox Diamond, so that I can go Dryad into whatever. Flooded Strand. Kind of just passing, chilling, waiting to get max value out of this Armageddon. Almost a world in which I have Armageddon Counterspell, but I mean, I guess they could have Red Blast in their range, so shouldn't be too crazy. Interesting. I think I'm going to cast the Quirion Dryad after I cast Armageddon, which also means I'm going to cast it after I cast Gush, but that's okay. I mean, they could be holding like double Pyroblast at this juncture. I think their deck is red enough. Misdirection? Well, I'd have to draw a Misdirection blue card. Oh, they'd have to have Counterspell plus Pyroblast. They can't Pyroblast the Armageddon. Boldface. Boldface resolves. I'm in the Draco zone, but I will be out of the Draco zone soon. Take a misdirection for my trouble. No additional land drop, huh? I got bad news for you. I'm about to end your career. Opponent's saying they played it poorly, but they might not have had the tools. I mean, I guess they didn't. They just didn't play around Armageddon. But how many lands would they have held back? One of these ops is free to cast, and then if it draws a blue card, the second one becomes free to cast. Actually, it doesn't have to really be like that anyways. The vibes are pretty good with this build. Glad I got to see that. Glad I didn't just crush them on game 2. Enlightened Tutor, Erratic Explosion. It's great because you don't even get the card disadvantage from Enlightened Tutor. What if you had Enlightened Tutor, multiple copies of Draco, and then you just had Oath of Druids? And you just put 9/9 flying into play. It's pretty bad because if you oath on turn 2 and you oath into Draco, you pass the turn and you can't pay Draco's upkeep. All right, they want to rematch. Clean hand. Clean hand. Opponent. Also in the Xerox zone. I can fight Iggy Pop. Pretty sure the answer to that question. I'm pretty sure, yes, I can fight Iggy Pop. I think that this deck can fight Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop tends to not be able to beat double counterspell. Also has to play Xanad Swarm. Oh, there's the Ancient Tomb. It's kind of sick. Ancient Tomb for intuition would force my Daze here. What am I looking for? Well, Sword Splasher is not particularly useful. Up Sleight of Hand. Looks like a more cantripy build. You wouldn't play Op Sleight of Hand if you were playing Mental Note. Mental Note, jury's out. Don't know what Mental Note is any good. Merchant Scroll with the one floating picks up the intuition. I can Quirion Dryad. Try to hold up Counterspell in every future turn. I can lose to intuition here. Just straight up. Mental Note flips Diamond. It's an interesting one. Maybe they have a beast attack line. Okay. Should be enough. Oh yeah, it's definitely enough, right? Yeah, that's enough. Don't have any free counter spells. Okay, so Misdirection is for Arms Chant. Ray of Revelation has no targets. Swords of Plowshares tends to have no targets, although they could get if they are a Xanad Swarm Enjoyer in their one deck, then they could be a Xanad Swarm Enjoyer in this deck, but hard to say for sure. And Call the Herd is an interesting one. It's a little bit slow. Oh, I'm already at 60 cards, so I'm like thinking about Annul, I guess. Annul Disenchant for Lion's Eye Diamonds. Oh wait, I should be playing Meddling Mage, that's right. Meddling Mage. Do I want 0 outs to Xanad Swarm? I think I do. I think I have to play Annul because actually Defense Grid is the more typical hate. It's like Arms Chant, Defense Grid. If they have Xanad Swarm, then they get it. Call the Herd's pretty slow, but so is Gro-a-Tog. I mean, Gro-a-Tog is actually faster than Call the Herd. You need to play Foil in order to defeat the Iggy Pop Menace. This is a hand. It's not like a great hand, but it's fine hand. This is a deck that you want to have for Dryad against. No need for Call the Herd at this juncture. Mental Note. Do this. Sleight of Hand. Island, City of Brass. Get Gro-a-Tog on the battlefield. No Guts, no Glory. If they have the turn 3 kill on me, then they have the turn 3 kill. I would like to resolve Intuition. I'm not going to misdirect Intuition to another opponent. That's interesting. So they just have a lot of Dark Ritual. I can't even Daze my way out of this. Oh, they just wanted a bunch of Dark Ritual in their hand, huh? Okay, so I'll have 8 cards in hand, which is good for 12. I can get 13 damage in. Kind of have to go a little deeper, but what if I draw another? Oh, Meddling Mage is pretty good. Should I name Ill-Gotten Gains? The only other option would be Cunning Wish. They have 7 cards in hand. They can actually storm count enough for things to be pretty solid. And if I name Dark Ritual, they could just draw Cabal Ritual. I don't think... I guess I'll hold up Disenchant. It's just like another card to be having. I was thinking that I should probably like do some math and see if my Gro-a-Tog should be like threatening, but lethal for next turn. But I think Disenchant closes more gaps than not, because I can like disenchant an LED in response to a Dark Ritual, and then effectively stop them from doing anything mean to me. Okay, now I have a lot of backup. Okay, so with Misdirection Counterspell backup, I pretty much can't lose. And I guess I'm just going to counter this in case the card they get is Hunting Pack. It's awkward because obviously they can have some sort of something good, but they need like Chain of Vapor or like whatever. But like I didn't want to lose to just singular Hunting Pack here. Lion's Eye Diamond. Chain of Vapor targeting Meddling Mage. Disenchant this. It's going to resolve. Then I'm going to misdirect this Chain of Vapor to my Mox Diamond, because if I misdirected it to their Lion's Eye Diamond or Lotus Petal, they would just be able to chain it. And then now I have to kill them. Should be exact. Or +1. Yeah, +1. Confirmed a lot of my suspicion about how they were going to do things. Don't think I need to make any changes. I mean, this isn't a good hand against Iggy Pop. I don't want 3 threats and only cantrips. That, like, be forced to cantrip into my land drops until I like get some interaction. But you also just tend not to mulligan hands that have 3 cantrips, because like this is how it goes. Lots of good cards. I can get Misdirection. I could get Daze. I can get Island plus Counterspell. These are all good things. I mean, I'll have a clock. If I find the City of Brass, I will have a clock. Oh man. Annul is unfortunately too good to not hold, because City of Brass, LED, all things that could be things that happen to me. Mental Note, that's fine. Chain of Vapor, Cunning Wish, nothing to see here. Might need to play the 18th land. Got like Caldard Gro-a-Tog in my deck. They're sort of playing around Stifle. They're going for an early one. Lion's Eye Diamond. Yeah. Cabal Ritual. Go for the island. They shouldn't have shipped the Cabal Ritual. It doesn't even play around Daze. If I annul this, yeah, they can't Ill-Gotten Gains unless they have another ritual. Ooh, another LED. Ill-Gotten Gains. Is that enough mana? Ooh, I gotta get back my Flooded Strand. Is it enough mana? It has to be LED, Cabal Ritual, Cunning Wish. No, it doesn't work. You can't just do that. Could you play on here? LED, Cabal Ritual. No, because you'd just be stuck on black. So then you should just get LED. You should get LED, Cunning Wish. That's still not enough mana to get Hunting Pack. I wonder if there is any black card that you could do. Oh, it's an interesting one. Interesting one. I should play 3 Swords of Plowshare in this deck. It's kind of good to draw a lot of Swords of Plowshares against Terravor, Stifle Knot, Survival Rock. Every deck with creatures. Kind of a polarizing card. It's really bad against Replenish. Interesting decision from my opponent. I'll let to Duress. But I am excited to put this Winter Orb onto the battlefield against a deck containing Duress. They have identified that they do not win Winter Orb. Smashing them. I don't have to play 3 Psychotogs. I don't know. Is early Psychotog good? Some may say. Is early double Psychotog good? No, it's not. You really only want to draw one roughly turn 6. Black-white control. That's not a name I've heard in many millennia. Not a lot of ways for them to win game 1. Most of them involve Decree of Justice. Just cast a Psychotog here. Let it get Swords to Plowshared. Little 3 mana for 1 mana trade. Is what it is. Oh no. My Psychotog had a family. Opponent to 4 cards. And yeah, we'll Gush. Ooh, Daze. Means that my opponent's future copies of Skeletal Scrying will not be fearsome. Get this one Plowshared. Disenchant. Okay. That was not painful. They saw a Winter Orb go to the graveyard. Guess they're stocking up for their big Skeletal Scrying turn, which is fine. Would have been a game-winning Skeletal Scrying for them, maybe. Portent. Order, shuffle, island, sleight of hand. I was like thinking about what I would do if I had, I don't know. I was thinking about, Dryad's actually pretty awkward now. I don't really want to put it on the battlefield because they could just have Wrath of God, but whatever. Call the Herd is excellent though. Pretty psyched if it's Plowshares. Eternal Dragon. Eternal Dragon engine is online. I did draw Cephalid Coliseum, huh? So I shouldn't have exiled so many cards. It's okay. Once I guess I shouldn't expose this to Dust Bowl, question mark. Once I get to the Gush, I'll have Threshold pretty quick. Or just like, and then Gush will be the only time that Cephalid Coliseum is exciting anyways. Let's see if it's Decree of Justice here. It's not. It's thinking. So I just go Elephant, they Wrath of God. I go Quirion Dryad. 2 cards in hand. They just like did nothing. They didn't cycle Decree. They didn't, I mean, they know about the Swords of Plowshares, so there's that. Guess I do have to worry about Dust Bowl. Forcing the Wrath of God next turn means they don't pick up Eternal Dragon next turn, and they're not cycling Decree of Justice this turn. So, then I can Quirion Dryad, and then that's like not bad. Wonder if it's second Decree. Not really that scary. 3 Swords to Plowshares. Come on. Okay. They've used 3 swords of there's 3 Swords to Plowshares against my 3 Swords to Plowshares. I mean, this Quirion Dryad does stop them from attacking, which is good enough for me. Another Decree of Justice. All right. You caught me. Racing situation. Don't think they thought long enough about that. What if I just pile the untapped token? I am thinking about shipping the Cephalid Coliseum right now because if I draw another spell, it would be 6 damage. But I think I'll just do 5. They just flop the land on the table, giving me perfect information. I just keep drawing Swords of Plowshares. I mean, I don't think they're going to see double Plowshares coming, and then by then the Eternal Dragon will be too slow, right? Oh, that's like the best case scenario for me. I fear my opponent did not think. Anyways, this has been a matchup I don't think I've lost a single game to, so you can see why. Deck's not very good. The engines are Eternal Dragon, Skeletal Scrying, just like way too thin. Interaction, Swords of Plowshares, Duress, like whatever. Best thing they got going for them is Exalted Angel. Oh, Angels? Okay. I take it back. Gonna attack with the Dryad. They can't make any good blocks here. They'll lose both angels no matter how they do anything. Some consideration for just ripping the Colosseum. Oh, they want to race? Okay, fine. Guess I kind of need a... I don't know. I spent all 4 Source Plowshares now. I mean, I guess... No, I should just attack and let them go through, huh? Dress is fine, I guess. They should be picking up their angel, though. Or their dragon, rather. Okay. We're just going to attack. Guess that should have been one more turn of Quirion Dryad solo. Yeah. I'm so bad at combat because it just doesn't happen to me anymore. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody in combat, but it's a sight to behold. But they've used 3 decrees, and guess they could have lost that game. Some things could have happened differently. Well, let's see. Misdirection's pretty good against Vindicate. So is Mystic Enforcer. Threats in general are just good. And this just stops Decree pretty clean. Don't really have to worry about the small ball stuff. Don't really like Meddling Mage just because I can't really ever attack with it because of the threat of Decree of Justice. So this is fine. Okie dokie. Island go. I don't think you should turn 1 duress. There's like no bad news that you can get. Rather use it to like protect like a exciting play. Gerard's Verdict. I'll opt. Putting cards in my graveyard is still a good outcome. Just a plow and the counterspell. Just get rid of the cards that they know about. Gonna recoup it all with Gush later. They can go for Exalted Angel here. I'll have the answer. And then they'll have nothing left because low resource deck. And I almost have Threshold. And these are things that are just good. I guess I will put an Engineered Plague into play at this stage of the game. As much as I want to have an island. Huh. These are all good cards. As much as I want the next island to show up, I really don't mind any of these. That is annoying. Won't say that isn't annoying. Those are some cards that I liked. Now I have to opt and bottom this Mox Diamond. To put an island into play to pass the turn. I think if they get off the Skeletal Scrying here, I'm in trouble. That's exactly what they're going to do. I only have 1 counterspell remaining in my deck, so I don't think gushing to get in is very strong. Yeah, just got to let that resolve. A lot of good draws. And actually a lot of good discards, right? Because I drew the Mox Diamond. Okay, not in love with that, but at least we have lethal Psych-Dog pretty soon. Not playing with this deck without AK ever again. AK is too good, too good. Although, what, I only have 1 sleight of hand. It's fine. So, gotta play AK. Can't play 3 Psych-Dog. Don't know if anything else is interesting here. Ooh, there he is. Don't know why this is a human. It's clearly a cat. He has cat ears. My opponent is like weirdly mana screwed. Little decree for 1. It's going to be perfect for my eventual misdirection on Swords of Plowshares targeting their own guy. Unfortunately, they've not played any Swords of Plowshares yet, so this Mystic Enforcer might just keep gaining 6 life. Not a huge fan of that. Not a huge fan of that at all. Haunting Echoes. Should I Haunting Echoes themselves? It's pretty funny. I didn't actually have like exciting cards in my graveyard, but probably would have stopped me from being able to play the game. Ooh, Psych-Dog. Psych-Dog is a blue card to pitch to misdirection, but Just gonna do this. Let them hit me. Let them go for the plow. Vindicate. Interesting. Okay. They only have 1 white mana up left. What if I just draw a counterspell and then I stop them from doing anything good to me? Let's see. What if they had another Haunting Echoes? I wouldn't want them to get Gush. I wouldn't want them to get Plowshares. And I wouldn't want them to get my Engineered Plague. I am out of sources for Mystic Enforcer, though. Out of sources. I only have Mox Diamonds as my sources. And a single City of Brass. All right. Exalted Angel has made its appearance on the battlefield. Thought I bottomed this card. Guess I should have exiled more. Oh, I guess I should. I don't know. I could misdirect to Plowshares if they're gonna wait all day. Actually, I really want to misdirect to Plowshares, don't I? I'm kind of dead to Decree of Justice. Do I want to be deader to Decree of Justice? No. Okay, I'm gonna lose this game. Well, I might not now. They didn't have the Decree. And like if they kind of go for a random plow, then they're in trouble. So Gush, Diamond, blue card. Ideal draw. That's the first one. Don't Plowshares in response. Let me at least draw the blue card first. Okay, I have to draw another blue card off this Gush, right? Moto Zone. Nothing like a little lag. All right, here we go. Right, because if I draw the blue card, so I was going to just go Mystic Enforcer and then just hold up Misdirection and then GG. But if I hit a blue card off the Gush, it's just like 10 times better, so. I guess it's not 10 times better because I kind of want to cast Armageddon and Mystic Enforcer. And I didn't hit a blue card. And my Plains is in the graveyard. Okay, fine. I should have done the other thing. It was a lot safer. Fine. Okay. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Lesson is learned. Sometimes you just got to take a small pot. Well, obviously, if I just had Misdirection up, they lose the game. And I have a Mystic Enforcer in play. But instead, I lose the game now. How rude. Like, I just had the Misdirection, and then if they don't have Plowshares, then I just Gush Armageddon next turn and they lose. Or I should make sure Mystic Enforcer stays on the battlefield. All right, they got 5 tokens, huh? I'm like, what if I drew double Mox? Then I would have been Armageddon and Mystic Enforcer. They're holding up the 1 white mana for the strategic Swords of Plowshares that they could just cast on their main phase. I think the second Dryads Verdict is what did it to me. Had to discard Plow. Cephalid Coliseum, on one hand, made it possible for me to be in this game. On the other hand, kind of did it to me. Opponent, of course, not going to have time to finish game 3 at this rate. I could draw Engineered Plague. I was just so excited. I was like, if I just draw a blue card. Second Exalted Angel should do it, right? There's no outs. Yeah. Boo. Should I only play Misdirection and only misdirect their removal to them? Doesn't seem good. Yeah, that's a pretty classic Gro-a-Tog hand here. No green source, 3 cantrips. Have to cantrip into the green source. Take a Mox or a Gush. Portent. They have their customary turn 1 duress. All right. Apparently, opponent has not heard of BRB before. But we have the powerful Portent with Shuffle backup. They took the opt. I don't know if they've read Portent. Huh. Okay, we'll draw City of Brass and nothing else. Cephalid Coliseum is tempting, but pass the turn. Might draw a plane, might want to fetch a Plains here. Can you believe it? Dryads Verdict. Engineered Plague once again hitting the bin. And now we're just fetching an island. Come on, Mox Diamond. Where were you when I was getting Dryads Verdicted? Or the Gushes, for that matter, that I'm about to see. Call the Herd was enticing. Got to get back into this game. Yep, you can vindicate this instead of this. I accept. Mystic Enforcer, my homie. Guess I'll take this Flooded Strand with the intent to have another powerful Portent with shuffling. Oh, I think I'll play the Flooded Strand. Attack. Okay, well, this Mystic Enforcer is kind of castable because I can cast off planes. That's like the important part. Morph. Yep. Island. And Mox Diamond. And Portent again. Okay, definitely just want the Plowshares, right? Well, Cephaloid Call seems pretty good here. Well, it's not that good. I mean, Psychotog's pretty good here, though. Psychotog will close this out if the Dryad does not. Actually, all 3 cards are good because the land lets me cast, gain 1 extra life here. The land lets me cast Mystic Enforcer, which I have to do. Draw a Psychotog. Draw Plowshares. Draw a Cephalid Coliseum. Yeah, I'm glad they vindicated my City of Brass. Were they down to 0 cards in hand last turn? Just going to get in with my 6/6, little 3 attack Mystic Enforcer, my favorite kind. Flies over Decree of Justice tokens. Picks up the Eternal Dragon 1 turn too late. Okay, fine. Keep playing this game, I guess. I don't know. I think we got this one with the Cephalid Coliseum. All right, let's jam some against Zenburns. Okay. Oh, they put 40 minutes clocks on. I am very out of here if if this is going to be 40 minutes. What do I want to maybe get rid of? Swords to Plowshares, I think. Oh, some sort of a cycling deck. Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, this is going to be little Astral slide situation. No, these are not more cantrips, and I just want cantrips and gushes right now. Sterling Grove. Huh? Nothing to see here, just whatever. Cycle Tranquil ticket. Counter your Astral slide. Cast Step. Yeah, not a great spot, because now my stuff just gets slided out. Swords of Plowshares. That's fine with me. There's the Astral slide. Okay, we still have Winter Orbs, so that's one way to fight this. Second slide. But no card with cycling in their hand. Gush. Opt again. Take the Ray Revelation. Play an island. Go for Swords of Plowshares. Tech for lethal. They do have it. Okay. That's fine. Blow this up and blow this up. And then maybe one day we'll blow their lands up. Who knows? If we're lucky. They're going to do things the old-fashioned way, huh? They opted not to. They're going to Plowshares instead. So now they can slide every turn. So we're just going to relax on these Call the Herds until we draw Armageddon. Anyways, this is going to be a snooze festival for 1,000 turns until they decide to do something. It's a little annoying that we're playing live to Armageddon right now. And Winter Orb, of course. Opponent contemplates and then opts not to attack. Just probably start picking up dragons, because if they end step me, then they can get their attacks through. Opponent's still not attacking, even though they are fully protected. What? They're just going to cast the dragon? Guess I'll counter this because they can slide it out if I Plowshares it. Winter Orb or Armageddon? Pretty happy to see either of those cards soon. Armageddon, one time. Love it. Would love to see it. A Gush in front, too. Wouldn't mind that either. Psychotog. All right, let's move on. I can't deal with how slow this is. Whatever. Probably fine for one of these, and 2 of these is fine. And why not? And sure. And whatever. And dumb. And dumb. And really dumb. Not really super excited to have Swords of Plowshares. Okay, whatever. I used to play, like, you know, extra Armageddons, Winter Orbs in the sideboard. It's just kind of, I don't know, kind of hard to play 3 in the 75. Maybe it's not that hard. Maybe it's a little hard. Portent Shuffle, sure. Well, these are cards. Would I counterspell a Swords of Plowshares? I think I would. With this particular hand, because of how fast it is, I would counter Swords of Plowshares. So we are going to play in such a way that we can. Go for the Dryad. They can cycle their Renewed Faith. These are not things that concern me. Wall of Blossoms is fine. White Source is a little bit annoying, but I guess that's what we're dealing with. Double Counterspell, huh? Double Mox Diamond? I don't think so. Well, I did say I was going to counter this. So let's go ahead and wait, this for my turn 4? Yeah, so I can just do Gush. And then have the next Counterspell up for their turn. For their next Swords of Plowshares. A little clean Annul here. It is funny how much Astral Slide beats my entire deck, but I guess it shouldn't come as a surprise. Now we're okay if our Dryad gets plowed because we have one backing up. But we are in the lag zone. Misdirection Plowshares is kind of relevant here. Double Counterspell. Seems unnecessary. Cephalid Coliseum? Probably not. More threats or more gushes. Okay, this is better. Okay, they go for the block. We're going to draw Disenchant and Opt. Guess I'm going to draw the next Dryad. If they're going to play it like this, they're not doing anything else. Chump blockers. Yeah. Delay, delay, delay. I mean, I don't really want to opt and then have to draw a land off the opt to hold up double Counterspell. I'd rather just hold up double Counterspell, right? Also can just like save the opt for my last Quirion Dryad if I need it. I mean, I have like the Disenchant, but well, we've got plans on plans. So now we're at the point where we can just let anything but Astral Slide resolve. Seal of Cleansing. Fine. Opt into Sleight of Hand. I have the City of Brass. Sleight of Hand. Take a Counterspell. Attacking with my 11/11 and my 7/7 Quirion Dryads. Looks like we're getting Decree jumps again. Okay. Okay. Each one basically takes out half your life total, so definitely one of those games where I wish I could reveal my hand. Yeah, you have a Cartographer. Guess I should have played the 3rd Dryad. Well, now they have 8 power. Not sure how much it concerns me. They would have to lose everything to the 1 Dryad, so whatever. Oops, I was going to counter that. It's fine. That's 3 of X Swords of Plowshares. They are literally deeper into their deck than I am. How did we get here? Wrath of God is a card in their deck. I've used all 4 counterspells now. 9U. No Eternal Dragon. Oh my god, please tell me it's not Karmic Guide. What does this even get? Nothing. Wall of Blossoms. The Dirtle is on. And for 9, Karmic Guide blocks. We cast a Mystic Enforcer because we can. Because we're the green-white deck, actually. We pass. This is that good content. Karmic Guide. Can you get Karmic Guide now? Karmic Guide gets back Eternal Dragon. All right, let's draw Armageddon this turn. All right, I have a 10-10. I have 11-11. They can put 11 in front. Guess I have to kind of make them pay for their Karmic Guides. They can pay for both. They want to pay for both. Okay, Armageddon one-time dealer, please. We're going to Gush. Winter Orb was good too. Swords of Plowshares is fine. What is Swords of Plowshares, like lethal or anything? No. And get in. Aramancer, fine. You're at 2. You need 4 blockers. What are you going to do? All right, 4 blockers. We're ripping it. Lose everything. Cycle Crozen McTuskersons. All right. Just to stay alive. And then I'll disenchant this. I don't know. I'll Ray of Revelation it. Just to rub it in. Just to get the rub in. Just need those 3 Armageddons. 3 Armageddons. Would be great. Rampant Growth. Please do not be wasting my time. We can just be going to the next game if you are locked out. That's just the Wrath of God. Okay, fine. Oh, God. We're just going to do this until I draw my last Psych Dog, I guess. 2 Psych Dogs. I think I needed almost every resource I had there. There's like a Tsabo's Web somewhere in my deck. Okay, yep. Just gonna Ray of Revelation this and not think too hard about it. Armageddon, Winter Orb, Psych Dog. Guess I'll just play it. All 4 counterspells are in the graveyard, so don't need to be coy. Astral Slide, sure. I'll disenchant that one. Gonna attack for lethal. All right, my opponent ended up using, we did 40-minute timer, so they're 18 minutes in right now. Seal of Cleansing, kind of annoying. Everything's annoying. Literally everything's annoying. So I kind of have to try to be fast, I think. I had Pyroclasm just because it also gets Cartographer and Oramancer, but I don't know. Could just play Meddling Mage naming Plowshares and then have them work really hard. Sometimes misdirection their Plowshares. Not often, though. They don't always have creatures in play. Whatever. Not the most exciting hand, but it's worth a keep. Got slightly better. Got great now. Just a matter of timing now. 2 Ball Blossoms. So we're looking for a Dryad. Not what I asked for. Sterling Grove. It's pretty annoying if they have the follow-up. I do have a lot of disenchants in my deck after all. Case in point. Oh man. Karmic Guide. Mystic Enforcer. Their own. Okay. Well, this Armageddon's looking a lot worse than it was a few seconds ago. Have to fight it with my own Mystic Enforcer. Cycle Eternal Dragon. I don't know. I'd pick up Eternal Dragon. I just would have cast it for 7 next turn. Maybe they have another one. Maybe they just want Threshold. Oramancer for Sterling Grove. Pick up Sterling Grove. Cast Sterling Grove. Strategic Disenchant on Sterling Grove, forcing them to activate to put something besides a land on top of their deck. allowing me to then, ooh, Swords of Plowshares is actually a pickup. Gush. Okay. Plow this thing before it gets big. Cast Mox Diamond. Pitching Island. Cast Armageddon. Play Cephalid Coliseum. And pass the turn. They draw Astral Slide. It's of no concern to me. 1, 2. I guess we have to keep the second source around for Mystic Enforcer. It's kind of ugly. Slide a hand, take the Counterspell. Hoping they start missing land drops. If this gets plowed, I have to gain some life with it, which is, you know, not my favorite place to be, but I think I'll gain 6. Actually, I can gain up to where I'll have threshold after casting these 2 cantrips, right? Come on, Tsabo's Web. Quirion Dryad. Can we find a land? We can. Land and then some. Opt away the City of Brass. Oh, I guess I should opt away the City of Brass this turn. Maybe not. Counter this. Quirion Dryad. Go ahead and ambush this Ormancer. Got to take chump blockers off the board while I can. Unfortunate that we drew the necessary counterspell. Put a Tog into play. Shields down for a turn, but gets the attack through. Guess I could have waited 1. Yeah, I probably should have waited 1 because of Wrath of God. Slide is... On one hand, it is an issue. On the other hand, I don't know. I'm going to draw the Annul this turn. Knew I was going to draw the Annul. Getting in. Don't know why it's asking me to respond to Psychotog activations. Attack them for 7. Hope they don't draw a Cycler. It's technically not a Cycler. They're not going to tap their Secluded Steps. Do they know I have Tsabo's Web in hand? So rude. They are going to cycle their Secluded. All right. Tsabo's Web's pretty good here. So is Engineered Plague next turn. So yeah, pretty hyped about that. But obviously this is a thing to worry about. Tabi Orangutan. So just going to destroy the Tsabo's Web. Guess this technically wins the game if they don't have the last Cycler. I don't think they'd make this play if they had the Cycler, but it could be the only play that they have access to. This Gush could win me the game, so I should cast it, force them to make a move here. They don't have the move, and maybe, just maybe, we have ground out the Astral Slide deck. Oh, that took 25 minutes almost. Quite the energy to grind through all that nonsense. Okay, Iggy Pop, Black-White Control, Astral Slide, and Domain Draco Explosion. Some awesome decks. Misdirection didn't feel particularly great. Obviously has some good applications, but hard to pitch the card a lot of the time. Kind of weird how that goes. You'd assume that you'd have the card to pitch more often. It's more just like a force of will so that I can get through Armageddon against blue decks, but whatever. Third piece of land hate needed. Third Psychotog not needed. So we could maybe go back to 4 dryads. Sideboard pretty decent. Meddling Mage showing that it's not always the best card, but could see a third. Still a good deck. Would I play it? I don't know. I think it's not too far behind in contention, but you know, likes a little bit of that oomph, likes a little bit of that superpower it takes to crush this format. But got some good tools, got some interesting angles. Mox, Blessing and a Curse, your superpower and your liability can go both ways. So yeah, thanks for watching the little playtest session, and yeah,